I was thinking about something from the Bible to speak about. And I landed on the golden rule. Do to others what you would have them do to you. It's Mathew 7:12. And I looked in my Bible and it's highlighted, which that's not crazy. But it has a date on it, 6/14/96. So I was 10 years old and almost 2 months. It's not in my handwriting. It has to be my father's or my mother's. Not exactly sure. But that made me chuckle. But with the golden rule, most of the time people think about respect, kindness, and fairness. But if you truly want to be better in your life, sometimes people have to come down on you pretty hard. So I was thinking about the golden rule and taking it in a different way versus like somebody cut you off in traffic, and I drive during rush hour and you're going to cut people off. You're going to get cut off. It's just what is. Like, it's going to happen. Because traffic comes up, you need to get over, you have to get off. Like, it just happens. But I wanted to take it a different way versus trying to respect, love, be kind, and kind of the nice. I wanted to go more towards being harsh on people. I rode my bike today, and I was on Main Street. I was coming down Main Street, and this lady passes me, which no big deal, somebody passes you. And then she decides to pull over on Main Street, not 30 feet from parking spaces. And that got me thinking, like, oh, you should just let her be kind. Would you want somebody to say something to you? And so I came inside and I started thinking, if you want to be better, should you be harsh on people sometimes? If you truly want to be better, because that's how I want to be treated. I used to lie a lot and about the stupidest little things. But I had a really good friend who basically said we're not going to be friends anymore, and because I lied to him. And it woke me up and made it where I don't lie. Why? Generally, I would lie because I didn't want to look stupid, which, whatever, I'll look stupid. Or I didn't want to hear it. Like, I remember when I was 22, I lied to my dad about voting. And I'm 22. If I don't want to vote, I don't want to vote. Who cares? But I lied to him, and then he asked me, how do you vote? And I told him, but I told him the way that I did it when I was 18, and that wasn't the way they did it. And he just starts laughing. Because, again, I'm 22. Who cares? Like, I'm an adult. I can do what I want. But I just didn't want to hear if I said, I didn't vote. Kevin, you have a responsibility to your country. And I didn't want to hear it, so I lied. Which is stupid. If you don't want to hear it, just tell them you don't want to hear it. So my friend was very harsh on me. But in reality, that was very good. And in turn, I've done that to others where I've been very harsh on them. Because that's how I want to be treated. Not harsh. So I'm reading the book of Job, and his friends were extremely harsh on him. It was needed to change his perspective of things and kind of like up yours to them so he could get strength. That's what God was doing. But they were like piling on. There's a difference between trying to help someone and piling on. And like with a job, like when someone, how did I do a good job? And I'll tell them absolutely not. I don't want to be lied to either, to protect my feelings. So the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, it's kind of not always be nice to everyone, be kind, be respectful, love everyone, oh, love, love, love. Like it's not that. If you truly do respect others, I think you have a responsibility to tell the truth, to help others, not be harsh, and I have to work on that. Sometimes I'm too harsh and I will start to pile on and I need to shut up, take a step back, because that's when you do need to have the golden rule, because I don't want people to pile on to me. I want them to help me and guide me and teach me, but piling on does nothing for anyone. It just makes you shut down. So, again, the golden rule comes in, but it's more of the line. Like, that's kind of what I'm talking about, the line you don't want to go past in order to be truthful and help someone. Because if you're just like, you suck, you're terrible, like, what, that's generally when somebody would ask me, did I do a good job, like at work or something, I would say no. Like, you lost your temper, or you were really unfair, or what I thought they did wrong, and try to do it in a more constructive way versus just you suck. Because when I worked in a school district, I thought it was very unfair that they would always set people up to fail. They would like, go do that job. And then someone would go do the job. They would do it incorrectly, and then your boss comes over, why didn't you do a good job? Like, you didn't do this right, you did this wrong, you did... And I would watch, and I'm just like, you just set them up to fail. You didn't tell them how to do the job, teach them how to do the job, but go do the job, and then you're just going to criticize. That's not doing to others what you would have them do to you. At least that's not what I want. So whenever I had somebody new, I would try to train them, and I'm really not going to say a lot of things negative and just be like, you suck at this and this and this for months. Because that just seems unfair. Because again, that's how I want to be treated. But also there's a time where if you're not doing a good job, someone needs to be harsher and harsher to get your attention and wake you up, so you do become better. So, I guess my underlying point is, the golden rule isn't just to have patience with someone, to have respect for someone, to be kind. And also, that's another misnomer in my opinion. Kindness and nice are very different. I tell people I am not nice. I am kind, but I am not nice. Because nice is more, you'll lie to keep the peace. Where kindness is telling someone the truth even if it's unpleasant. Like, I'm one of those people, if I see you have a booger in your nose, flies undone, something like that, I'll tell you. Something in your teeth, I'll just tell you. Because a lot of people don't want to do it because it's uncomfortable. They're like, well, I was being nice. Like, you were being nice, so that person looks stupid for the rest of their day. Yeah, that's so nice of you. Like, oh, thanks. You don't need to be nice to me. And I think it's a kindness to tell that person, hey, you got a booger, bat in the cave, hey, your fly's undone. So they look stupid in front of you. I don't care. Give me 10 minutes. I'll look stupid in front of you. It's cool. We'll be even in 10 minutes. And so you don't look dumb in front of others. Like, I think that's a kindness. Where other people are like, well, I didn't say anything because I was being nice. That's the difference. In my opinion. Nice, keep the peace. Kindness, you'll tell the truth, even if it's unpleasant. Because it's the right thing to do. So, I don't think I've said this on any video. When I was young, I don't even remember what the subject was about or anything. And I don't remember my age. But I asked my dad why I should do something. And he said, Kevin, because it's the right thing to do. And I was like, well, other than it being the right thing to do, why else should I do it? And he told me, Kevin, if something is the right thing to do, no other reason is needed. And that has stuck with me for 30 plus years. Sometimes I fail miserably because I know it's the right thing to do and I don't do it. But as I've gotten older, it's harder and harder for me not to do the right thing, even if it's detrimental to me, because I have to live with me. And not doing the right thing, it's not something I want to live with. And the friend that taught me not to lie with a very harsh lesson, he said, Kevin, evil flourishes when good men do nothing. And I consider myself a good man. So that means if I see evil, I cannot let it flourish. Or that means I'm not a good man. And then I have to live with that. Not something I want to live with. So the golden rule, everybody talks about the positive. About being kind, respect, love. But sometimes the golden rule, it's a little uncomfortable. Because what's truly good for you sometimes isn't comfortable. And that can be coming face to face with God. Truly humbling yourself can be very uncomfortable. Because you're very vulnerable. And it's uneasy. So, if you can only get the positives of it, and the respect, kindness, love, empathy, okay, that's step one. But in time, I hope that you can find the strength, the courage to tell the truth. Like, hopefully you should want. Because there are times when I did not want the truth, and it's a punch in the face when you get it. But in the end, that's what I did want, because I became better. Humble yourself. It's scary, but I've mentioned in many videos, a peace can fall upon you that you didn't know existed. And I suggest reading your Bible. Again, Mathew 7:12, the golden rule. God can be harsh sometimes, but He always forgives. Because right before the golden rule, He talks about knock on the door will be open to you, seek and you will find, ask and it will be given to you, and that. And He asks, as a parent, if your child asked for bread, would you give them a stone? And he says, if you can find that compassion, why wouldn't your father? So sometimes it feels like God's unfair. He's given that person something. He's taken away from me. I can't find love. I don't have enough money. He's more fair than we want to give him credit for.